Assalamu alaikum. Peace to the gods, peace to the earths, and all of the righteous families of the planet. It's your big brother Fahiym, aka Daysun Da God. Yo, back with another bill. Man, it's been crazy, man. I want to just talk about real quick, just, again, with this channel, we try to deal with teaching, man. That's all it's about, and again, I want this message to really go out to my newborns, you know what I'm saying? Not just my newborns, my students, but just new students, who, want to study and learn these teachings of the 5%, who really want to study Islam and know what Islam is. When we say that we teach Islam, God, Islam, the black man is God. This is our Islam. This is the Islam that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the successful man in America, with the most successful program for our people, Brother Clarence 13X, the father Allah, brother Allah, the nation that he born into existence, successful, they followed the same pattern as far as building a nation. We're successful for a reason. Our people, black people, let me tell you what make our people, sometimes so crazy, man, as black people, or as niggas. I'm going to just say, I'm going to try to keep this as cool and collective as I can, because, we just talk a lot of times and we don't produce facts. And because we don't produce facts, there is no understanding in what we're presenting to the people. Sometimes it may be true, some of the stuff we're saying, but because we don't have no understanding, we're looking at it as a baby, trying to, give an understanding of what we're, encountering. When a lot of times it's not the correct understanding. Let me tell you what make black people so stupid sometimes. Black people, we'll look at known systems that have been known to work. They've been known to work time and time again. We see the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad has the most successful rate in raising up the black man and the black woman in America, cleaning them up. Whether they dope dealers, whether they murderers, whether they sluts, they hoes, whether they whatever. They jailbirds going in and out of jail, whatever. His plan has been proven time and time again to be successful. Successful. What the Father laid down for us as 5%ers in the hoods who wasn't able to get to the mosque because we was indulging in too much savagery. Selling dope and trying to whatever, rob niggas, kill niggas, whatever, living that life, that thug life. His plan has been the most successful. The 5%ers, we're the founders of this street conscious stuff. Just in the hoods and in the rough areas, in the prisons, The 5%ers, we're successful in that area. Black people look at successful known systems that have worked and say, you know what? Nah, he talking about Islam, so I'm not even going to mess with that. I don't even know, because I ain't no Muslim. I'm Kemetic. I'm Black Power. I don't follow no Arab teaching. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Hebrew. I don't follow that. We let these names cloud our thinking. Whereas white people, this is how white people sometimes are more intelligent than us at times. Because the white man don't do that. The white man look at systems that have been known to work and that have worked over and over again, time and time again. They adapt that system they live by the saying, what's that saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't fix it. So they adapt that system that has been proven 90-something% of the time to work, and they apply that system and they become successful. They want victory over their enemy so much, the white man, that he'll dig in his bag, if you will, and take out systems that have been known and proven to work in the past from different individuals, no matter what their ideology is, and apply that system and use it and defeat us silly niggas today. Silly Negroes today. You know, man, I'm going to try to be as cordial as I can with my bill. I mean, it's really hard because, you know, Seti Young Pharoah. When I see these dudes, I see dudes who did not have enlighteners. And that's really the subject of this See Allah Rule bill today. What is the importance and why is it important for us to have enlighteners? Whether it be one, many enlighteners, you know, it's okay to have more than one. I've had several enlighteners in my life that have came into my life over the last course of the last 20, 25 years that have dropped jewels on me, that I was able to grow and connect and have an understanding. You know, brothers from the Moorish Science Temple, brothers that was Hebrew Israelites, brothers that studied different schools of thoughts, sitting amongst them, building with them, some of their wisest among them, and then placing that or putting that all together with what my enlighteners, main enlighteners now, who were Muslim gods, and what they taught me in the Nation of Islam as a 5%er in the Nation of Islam. I was able to connect all of that. Having an enlightener is vitally important. It's almost like a child, you know, being a foster child. When I look at people like Seti, the general, that's what he represents to me. Pharaoh, young Pharaoh, he's young still. He's kind of, you know, well, he ain't that young, but he still can kind of get a pass, so to speak. You know, these are brothers who I respected both of these brothers. You know, like the information and how they dig into stuff and find information to bring to the people. But I mean, when you're talking about Minister Farrakhan, when you're talking about Elijah Muhammad, I mean, now you're talking about me. You know, because in understanding those attributes, I'm Elijah Muhammad, I'm Minister Farrakhan, I'm Fard Muhammad. When we quote that English C1, my name is W.F. Muhammad. That's that. I take on that personage now. You understand? This is the science of our teachings, which in Sufism, you know, it's like they take on their elders, the embodiment, and so on and so forth. That's our spiritual DNA. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was the first God among us in the wilderness of North America to rise up to the knowledge of himself, to know himself that he was God and that the white man was the devil. And then teach the science of that to the 85%ers, to the masses. The first one, and he laid down a law of discipline that we have to follow and submit to. The universal laws. Islam is mathematics, brothers. Niggas. I mean, y'all, I wish young Pharaoh and Seti, I wish, you know, y'all knew y'all was MCs and y'all really knew how to rap. Pharaoh tries to rap. He's whack as hell. And no, I'm not hating. You corny. I would chew you up on stage. Yo, I'd give him 3 rounds of straight fire. I'd bar you to death. Because then I could curse your little silly behind out. You and Seti. In fact, I'm going to just bar y'all niggas to death with on my next mixtape I'm working on. I got songs, you know, for y'all clown ass niggas. I'm going to just bar y'all niggas to death. Because y'all to me are like children with knowledge that just, you know, you've gotten knowledge all over the place, all over the place, all over the place. You've never been disciplined. into science and understanding self. You've never been there. Have y'all niggas even fasted before? And meditated? Take time to sit back and just, on some internal type, like, have y'all brothers ever done that? No. I can see no. You teach on the sciences, but you don't understand them. This is individuals who did not have an enlightener. Enlighteners are important because an enlightener is like your spiritual mother, who she's your first teacher by nature. So she teaches you the pertinent information, the important information, the vital information that you need as nourishment to stimulate your senses, your mind, your thoughts, your ideas, that you can produce scientific, improvements, whether you want to call them technological advancements, whatever the case may be. In the scripture, the Bible says all things work towards the glory of God, towards the goodness. Islam is mathematics, brothers. Stop comparing me with the pale Arabs and what they do. And that's just a form of Islam. That's a smidget. That's just a little, come on. There's 33 degrees of Islam, and then there's 360 degrees of Islam. This is what the black man represents. 360 degrees. That's a full circumference, a full circle of understanding, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That's what that represents. So if you see someone standing on the square, if you see one of the devils, the divine evils, the white man, if you see him as a mason in the lodge or wherever it may be, if you see him with his fez on, with his sword on the top of that star and crescent, he has to add a sword. I don't have to put a sword on the top of my star and crescent. I don't have to do that because I'm God. He's my son. The only problem is I was hit in the head and I lost the knowledge of myself for a few hundred years. And then over here in the wilderness of North America, the master builder, the one with the lion's paw, the lion's grip in masonry as they teach, that was the one that had to come and pull me out of my situation and teach me the knowledge of myself. So now I know that really that story of Hiram Abiff that the Masons learn about in the lodge with their little 33 degrees of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, that's really me. That Jesus Christ that the Christians learn about in church with that little bit of knowledge, that's really me and my people as a whole. That's the science of that. But the white man, yeah, so if he has that little bit of science, that's Islam. But it's just 33 degrees of it. What we have is 120 degrees of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. This is what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave us with those same lessons. Y'all love to sit there quoting young Pharaoh, Seti, with no understanding. Those same lessons raised me to that degree of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I may never live to see 360, but I know my progeny, what I produce mentally, spiritually, and physically, will eventually grow and culminate to that peak where now the black man is Allah and he can act on kun fayakun, be and it is. He can say and then do what he says. His word is bond. That's the supreme being black man.